Hello my fellow riders, today we're going to be looking at the Lexmoto Michigan Euro 5. Now here we are standing next to the Lexmoto Michigan Euro 5. Now this is the first time we've seen this bike this year because of all the issues going around the country at the minute. And just so that you have a little bit of a knowledge of what these are, you've got COVID, Euro 5, the Suez Canal issue, the Taiwan issues with their exporting, shipping container costs, and all of these sort of things are slowing down the motorbike industry and every other industry, saying that at the minute. So motorbikes this year are going to be quite few and far between, I would imagine, new ones anyway, and I think you're going to find that maybe beginning of next year everything's going to be back to normal. But at the minute things are slowly filtering through. I mean, we are getting some LXRs next week. We had this, but this is the only one, and then they're out of stock. And we had some other Lexmoto Cyphers. Now I will be doing videos on these as much as I possibly can, but if I don't have the stock, I can't do the videos. But anyway, we're going to do this the same way we normally do: spec, design, comfort, cost of riding, pros and cons. This bike isn't actually PDI'd, it hasn't got a battery on it, it hasn't got any fuel or anything like that. So at the minute, I can't start it. But as soon as we get it sold or PDI'd, then I will be doing a startup video. But at the moment, we're just going to be going around so that you can see exactly what it's all about. Spec. Now this bike produces 9.3 horsepower. It is on the lower side of the 125cc's, but you're not really buying this sort of bike for out and out speed. And if you want out and out speed, you really need to do your A2 license to get a faster bike anyway. But as it states on Lexmoto's website, this will do 63 miles an hour. And what this means is 63 miles an hour on a straight. So if you're going downhill, you're going to get potentially more. If you're going uphill, you're going to get potentially less. It is an air-cooled single cylinder overhead valve engine. It is fuel injected, and this is a Delphi fuel injection system. Also, because it is Euro 5 spec, it also has a catalytic converter. Now all bikes now coming with a catalytic converter, and that's because of the Euro 5 specifications. There are another couple of things that are in with the Euro 5 specifications, but we don't really need to go into that. All you need to know is, yes, they all will have catalytic converters, and that's even for the 50cc's. And sadly to say, the price has gone up. All the things that I mentioned in the beginning of this video about why we can't get stock is the reasons why it's going up. And catalytic converters actually have titanium in them, so yeah, they cost more to produce. The tank is 13.5 litres, and you should be looking at getting somewhere in the region of 350 to 400 miles. It does have LED lights all the way around, but the LED lights are designed to look like bulb lights, but they are in fact LED. H4 35 front light. It has a digital trip meter, but the speedo is analog. And also there is no rev counter on this one. On the clocks, it will have a indicator, what gear you're in, how much fuel you've got, and that's pretty much it. Quite surprisingly, the switch gear is metal, which is good. That's in keeping with the style of bike, but usually they are plastic. Also, because it is Euro 4, it was Euro 4 spec, now it's Euro 5 spec, it still has the CBS system on it, which is the combined braking system. Now with all Euro 5 motorbikes, they all have to have CBS or ABS. It very much depends on the manufacturer, what sort of price you're paying for the bike, but yeah, this one comes with CBS. Design. Now this is meant to look sort of cross between Steve McQueen's Biker Cruiser and something like that. it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know exactly what sort of category to put this in. I would say it's more like a cruiser. And this does come in 3 different colours. So this one is battalion green. It also comes in 8-ball black and furnace red. I wasn't sure on this colour before, but I think it actually, in a different light, in external light or my lighting for the videos, it actually looks kind of nice. If I was going to get this bike, I'd probably go for the black one. It has standard forks, double shocks on the back, and it has these ape hanger handlebars. Fit and finish is really, really nice. The only things that I can see really that have changed from the Euro 4 version to the Euro 5 is the colours, the catalytic converter, and I think the seats changed slightly as well. So I like it. Comfort. Now, if you're new to riding, this is going to be a nice bike for you. Also, if you have a shorter leg, then you are going to be better off. I'm 5'9" and I can flat foot it really easily. Now, I think this is one of the only bikes you're going to be able to reach the floor if you're like 5 something, lower 5s. So we will go through the dimensions now. From the front wheel to the back wheel, total length is 2,090 millimeters. Height to, I would say, is probably to the top of the brake reservoirs. It wouldn't include the mirrors, I don't suspect. And that is 1,185 mil. On its own, it is with running weight, so that is full of fuel, full of oil, everything that you need, is 143 kilograms. Now that might sound fairly heavy, but because this bike is so low down the center of gravity, it doesn't actually feel very heavy. Now if you get it to like 45 degrees, it's probably going to feel a little bit more heavy, but when it's upright, you don't really need that much to stabilize it. Width, so that'll be the width of the handlebars, is 890 mil, and the wheelbase, so that's from the bottom of the wheel, front and back, is 1,435. Now it doesn't actually specify the seat height, but I imagine it's going to be 680, somewhere around that sort of region, and the tank is kind of thin, so again, this is a really good bike for a shorter person. So some things that aren't quite in keeping with the style, obviously it has combined braking and they are both hydraulic. Now style wise this should have drum brakes, but obviously because of safety they have done away with that. It has a paddle footrest. Again, they are designed to come up if you hit the floor, like lean over and hit it on the floor. If you're hitting it on the floor, you're going to fall off anyway, so do you need that? I don't know. Again, it's a rather nice bike to look at. You will be able to twos up on it. I doubt you'll be able to get any more than 50 miles an hour because the spec on the sheet says that you will only be able to get 63 on your own. But again, that's on a wide factor of different scenarios. Cost of riding. So this bike comes in at £1,999 plus £100 on the road. This is more expensive than last year's model, but sadly everything is more expensive than last year's model, so there's not really a lot we can do about it. Also, your tax for the year has gone up slightly to £21 a year. Last year it was £20 a year. The first year's tax comes with the bike, and you also don't have to have an MOT for 3 years because it is a new vehicle. Now, I have been doing a little bit of research on insurance recently, and I have found that the insurance prices vary wildly. Now, I was told by Bike Shore that for an average person in Milton Keynes, average 70-year-old in Milton Keynes who uses their bike for commuting to one place of work, it should be £350 a year. But I put up a post on my YouTube the other day and asked people what they were paying, and it goes from 120 up to about £500. And in France, is 230. Obviously this very much depends on what bike you are riding, your age, your location, where you're keeping it and all this sort of stuff. So I'm still going to stick with my average of £350 a year, but that is a very basic average and you need to do your own research. Remember, to ride a motorbike in the UK, legally the only thing that you need to wear is a helmet. If you only wear a helmet, you are a plonker. So helmet, jacket, gloves, and a decent pair of boots. They don't have to be motorbike boots, they can be steel toe cap boots, just something to protect your ankle. And all of that equipment, the cheapest you can get it for is going to be somewhere around the £150 to £200 mark, depending where you buy. Now, this is where some people are going to say, have lots to say about it. But anyway, in regards to helmets, the safety rating to come into the UK has to be standardised, and most of the helmets that come into the UK have a 4-star rating regardless of price. Now, you may get a little bit more comfort and it may be a little bit lighter for your heavier helmet, but the cheaper helmets will, apparently, they protect you just as well as the more expensive helmets. Now, I know people are going to have an issue with this, but this is just the information that I'm using from, I think it's the Shark website, and they are the ones who do all the testing of helmets, the G testing. So again, this is where I'm getting all my information from. Pros and cons. So this bike is not going to be the fastest bike you can get on the market at the minute. From the Chinese motorcycle point of view, the fastest bike you can buy at the minute for under £4,000 or £3,500 is the Zontes U series motorbike, or the Zontes G motorbike, and they will do somewhere in the region of 75 to 80-ish miles an hour. But if you're buying this sort of bike, you're not really buying it for that sort of speed. For me, this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable holding your arms up like that, but that's just me. If this is in keeping with the style that you're looking for, then so be it. This is going to be a very good commuter bike. That is the other problem with the Euro 5 certification. It has reduced the power of quite a lot of these bikes by a little bit, but most of these bikes were quite low power anyway. So, but if you want something super duper, super powerful, you're going to have to pay for it. I think that's probably the best way of putting it. This bike will be comfortable for longer duration rides. It's not really suited for, say, dual carriageways on long commutes. It is more suited for inner city and slightly urban riding. You could use it on a dual carriageway. Do you want to, with the big vehicles overtaking you and stuff like that? I would say probably not. There you go. So thank you for watching my video on the Lexmoto Michigan 125cc Euro 5 motorbike. Now remember, I have over 250 videos on my channel, so please go and have a look at those. You will find a large variant on different motorcycles. Remember to hit that thumbs up if you like my video, and if you didn't like my video, comment below and tell me what I could do to improve it. Anything that is commented below I will respond to, and if your ideas are suitable, I will implement them into my next videos. As you could probably tell with all of my videos, I am always trying to improve them. Go to my website, join the community, ask questions, and somebody will answer you on there. Subscribe to my channel. Remember, hit that thumbs up, but as always, ride safe.